Well, hey guys, it's kind of been a minute since I've done like a little quick video like this, but I don't know, just kind of felt um, led to share a little bit. So, personally, the last week and a half has been a bit of a struggle emotionally. And I know sometimes when we start wanting to compare struggles like around the world or even with like folks we know, we start kind of minimizing what we're going through. And I definitely learned something when I was going to some recovery classes, just like don't compare. Like your struggle is your struggle. And, there's nothing wrong with admitting that it's a struggle or, just letting it be a real thing. We don't need to minimize it. So, so just bear that in mind. Obviously there are whatever. I'm not going to compare because I just said we're not supposed to. For me, just been a little bit of an emotional struggle. You just have family things going on. Sometimes there's disconnects. And so that's kind of hard, especially if you have a close relationship with family. And just conversations that have to be had and just different stuff like that. It's just growing pains. And then being a teacher, I mean, like I take that, I do see it as a legitimate profession, like to walk in and to try to corral these kids that have a 2-second attention span and to have them find the value in being curious and learning new things and all that kind of stuff. Like it is a lot, so for teachers that really do want to actually teach, it's a strain. And the kids, we are a lot to these kids. We're a nurse, we're a counselor, we're a parent type role, mediator. It's just personal secretary. Like there's a lot going on. Communication expert. Yeah. So anyway, just a lot. And sometimes it just kind of bogs down in whatever, fill in the blank. What is that for you right now that's kind of weighing you down and you kind of feel like, well, it's not that important, so I shouldn't worry about it, Anyway, so typically I'm up maybe a half hour before my husband, before we go off to work out. But I left my phone in the living room, and so I didn't hear that alarm, and so I wake up with him, and so I lost, that time. And typically I'm just trying to go through verse of the day on the Bible app, or maybe there's a book I read or whatever. And so usually I have a little bit of that quiet time to get started, and I did miss that this morning. And as I'm here at school, by the way, if we get interrupted with an announcement or something, I'm sorry about that. But so I'm sitting here and just kind of working through some stuff, and a reminder pops up about the Bible app. And I thought, you know what, I'm kind of in a, semi not great place. And I thought maybe I'd just take the time just to particularly be in the Lord's presence on purpose and just kind of see what it has and just pray for the Lord to have me open to what he says. And what can I say? It was like a perfect verse. So 2 Corinthians 9, verse 8. My eye is twitching. It says, and God is able to make all grace abound to you, so that having all sufficiency in all things at all times, you may abound in every good work. As it is written, he has distributed freely, he has given to the poor, and his righteousness endures forever. And I just really appreciated that. I mean, that is very much woven throughout the scripture as far as like God providing, and he's there for you. And, he gives us everything that we need, to not worry about things, but to pray about things, and that he will give us this peace that passes understanding. So it's very much a thread throughout all of scripture, just about him giving this grace. So we're going to have what we need, for the things that God is asking us to do. And so I just, hopefully we can find some encouragement in that. I think it's great to just be honest, with God this morning. I said, God, I'm not in the best place. But you have put me here, and, I have a job to do. And when I'm working within your parameters, the things that you've asked me to do, you're going to give me the grace to do it. If I'm trying to do extra, which is maybe something I'm struggling with right now, like trying to do too much and I'm exhausted mentally, then maybe that's something that I need the Lord to show me. So I don't know. It's different for everybody. And I guess so in general, just kind of an encouragement to allow God's grace to be sufficient, to pray about, some things like, is there anything I can take off my plate that is creating stress? Or is this just a tough thing that we need to go through? Do I need to have a tough conversation? Do I need to swallow my pride? Do I need to, change the way I'm doing things? I don't know. Those are all things that hopefully we're open to because I don't know about you guys, but I want to be different next month than I am today. I'm glad that I'm different now than I was 2 years ago in my faith, my grace, my temper, my patience, like whatever the case may be. Like, if we're not growing and becoming more like Jesus, then I don't know, maybe just a little gut check. So, I mean, I'm grateful for those things that he brings to mind, like of things that we need to change or work on or give up. So anyway, just a quick word. Hopefully you guys are doing great, and just find some encouragement. But if nothing else, just spend a little time in the word, just letting it soak in and be truth. And with that, have a beautiful day. See you.